You know, this is what every single last king needs to understand. Currently, I'm in as you could clearly see, a classroom, and for the past like 55 minutes, I've been trying to find a place to make this video to discuss these things with you guys, with you kings. And I finally found that place. And I've also finally found a place where I could rest my phone without constantly having to hold it like this, which gets very tiresome. I need to upgrade my phone, maybe get a camera this time, and I need to get some equipment to make these in-person videos. I'm gonna be, of course, making animations soon again, but they're not gonna be like the way they were in the past. But anyway, in this video, I'm going to discuss how your entire sense of self, everything that you think about yourself, your thoughts, your desires, your personality, the way you act, all of that is an illusion. All of that is what I call the ego. And the ego is from social conditioning. And some people say genetics play a role into these things, but in my opinion, the way the genetics are interpreted is from social conditioning and, social programming. But social conditioning is basically what your parents taught you, what you picked up from them, what you picked up from just people in society, your teachers, your peers, your friends. Not only that, not only what you picked up and learned from these people, social conditioning is also your experiences, and is also what you learn from the education system and the media. That is social conditioning, and all of that created your sense of self. So when you really think about it, when you really critically analyze it, what exactly are you? If what I am is from social conditioning, then what am I? For example, let's say you're a geek, you like anime and stuff like that, you like playing video games. Somewhere along the line, you feel me, whether you just one day turned on the TV or one of your friends growing up or your parents were interested in such things, you picked that up and you added that to your sense of self. Or if you like sports, it's the same thing. One day you maybe turned on the TV, maybe you saw the sports kids getting all this attention and you picked that up, or your parents were into it, or one of your friends were into it, and you picked it up and added it to your sense of self. When you really think about it, what exactly are you? And what you really are is you're more than all of this. You're more than your thoughts. You're more than your desires. You're more than your personality. All these things are fabricated. All these things are giving you the illusion of self. These things are not you. They're not you. What you really are is just consciousness. That's what you really are. Just consciousness. You feel me? Your consciousness attaching itself to these costumes. And I say costumes because your sense of self is really constantly changing. You feel me? Just like you're not the same person you were a year ago, 5 years ago, 10 years ago. Your sense of self is constantly changing. There is no set you, because there is no you. You're just consciousness. You have to realize that you are more than this physical body. This physical appearance, this is just a vessel. This is just a machine, you feel me, that is carrying the consciousness. Or some will say this physical body is created by the consciousness, but I have to look further into that. But realize that you are more than meets the eye. Realize you are more than your thoughts, your desires, and your physical body. You're beyond all of it. When you die, your physical body dies, but your soul, your consciousness, that lives on forever. And that, your consciousness is true power, your true self's true power. It's beyond anything. It's beyond human comprehension. And of course, there are different levels of consciousness. You got the lower level, you got the animal-like existence where it's just survival. And then you got the high level of consciousness, the higher levels, which is guys like Jesus, Buddha, the Prophet Muhammad, enlightened. Well, I shouldn't say enlightened, because enlightened, it means that, there's just, there's one be all to end all. There's one goal, there's one plane you reach, which is enlightenment, when that's not true, because there's different levels of consciousness. Enlightenment, in my opinion, from what I understand, enlightenment means basically just higher consciousness. But, when they say enlightenment, they're talking about, oh, this is the final level. There is no final level. It's constant evolution. It's constant improvements. So understand that you are more than this body. Understand yourself, your sense of self is all an illusion. When you're desiring something, when you're thinking about something, ask yourself, what is making me think about this? And 9 times out of 10, it's because of social conditioning. Like, let's say I desire a girlfriend or something like that. I desire having a friend group that goes on these wild adventures. Think to yourself, why do I desire these things? What is making me desire this? And it's probably because of social conditioning. So think about that. Most of what we do is all because of social conditioning.